Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're all doing really well out there today. In this video, we're going to take a look at the new Beelink ME Pro. We've actually taken a look at this sort of in a couple of recent live streams where we installed MOS, or the Modular Operating Systems for Servers and Home Labs, as well as HomeDoc OS. We have installed both of those operating systems on this device already, and you may have seen it kind of sitting up here. It's not currently there. It's over here because that's where we're going to take a look at it here in just a moment. Quick disclaimer here. Beelink did send this to me in exchange for a review. That said, no money exchanged hands, and they don't get to see this before you do, unless they saw a live stream. They're not going to know my opinion about it either, but just TLDR kind of thing here. I love this little device. It's low power. It's a small footprint. It looks great. But I guess with that little intro kind of thing out of the way, let's jump over and take a look at the Beelink ME Pro. So this is the Beelink ME Pro. Of course, that's what we're here to see. This thing's tiny, like tiny. I don't have big hands. This is tiny. And I love that it looks like a little like guitar practice amp kind of thing. Some non-traditional, non-standard Beelink branding here on the front. A couple of reset buttons, USB power button on the front. This also just, this front side here is kind of a material that acts as a fan filter. On the different sides, there's really nothing going on the top. We have just a little bit of branding right there. And then if we flip it over to the bottom, this is where some fun stuff happens. We've got our tool. The one tool that we need to do basically everything with this is right here built in. This little thing comes off right there, and we get a little Allen key so that we can get into different spots like this, like these two screws right here. There are some other screws that this also works for, but you can do most everything you need to on this device with the included Allen key here. And again, this just goes right in there, and then it can go back into that. I wanted to take this off though, so that we can get inside here and see this is where some of our storage is going to go. We've got 3 NVMe slots here. Probably you'd use one for a hard or for an operating system, and then the other 2 for storage if you wanted to do something like, Proxmox or TrueNAS or something like that. That said, this isn't the only storage that's available on the Beelink ME Pro. If we flip this over, we can see here all of our I/O. We've got our barrel jack adapter, a 2.5 gig, a 5 gig, LAN ports, obviously, HDMI, a couple of USB-A's, USB-C, and a headphone microphone combo jack. I feel like, no, I thought there was one on the front too. I'm thinking of a different device. You can see these screws here have already been removed. They look more or less just like the screws we just took out there. And again, they also are handled with the Allen key that's sitting over here. We can see some fins in there. Maybe if we can get just the right lighting angle, maybe not. But there's our cooling solution there. If we take this off, that just pops off. This is where our hard drives go. I took them out because all of this flailing around, I didn't think that was going to be good for the drives. But they go in there. We'll talk about that in just a second. And what's very cool about this device is it's very low power. It's got an N95 CPU in it and 12 gigs of LPDDR, I think 5 soldered RAM. So no upgrade path on this directly. But again, if you want to do that, you can, if you want to get in here, you can just slide this out like so. And if you look inside, we've actually got a back plane where this compute unit plugs in, as well as the 2 hard drives. We're going to set that aside for a moment. But again, here we can see the storage that we were looking at a moment ago. And of course, we flip this over. Here's our cooling solution for this. And that, again, that just draws air through and sends it out the back. Very simple solution. And what I like about this is if you look at their website, it looks like they're going to have different replacement units that you can slot into this frame. This is an N95, as I mentioned, but they also have listed on their website, at least at the time of recording this, ARM features as well as AMD features that you could purchase and just replace this little sled right here, slot it back in. It just slots right in there like that. clicks in. I would advise putting all the screws back in, but I've had this thing apart so many times, I got tired of messing with it, so I just left them out. So again, you've got two more hard drives here, and these trays obviously slide out as well. You can see that those are screwed in like you would expect. And these are actually labeled 1 and 2, like you can see right here. So this is going to go in our number 2 slot, like so. Once we get it lined up, it just clicks right in like that. Let's see if I can get this next one framed a little better for you guys. We're just going to slide that in like so. And of course, screws all around to hold all of this stuff in. Again, I've had this thing apart so many times, I didn't feel like messing with it. So we're just going to go ahead and slot that back on. Oops. See if I can get it in there. There we go. That's all held together with magnets. I love the little pull tab. And of course, you can clean this out as necessary for dust and that sort of thing. Then when we're ready to get it all back together, this can go here, that can go there, and then these two little screws can go in. Let's talk about how this has gone over the last couple of weeks of me using it. So there is the quick physical overview of the Beelink ME Pro. The unboxing was actually done a couple of weeks ago on a live stream where we installed MOS, or the Modular Operating System for Home Labs. We kind of went through the whole unboxing experience during that live stream. And I can say that getting this thing put together and installing stuff on it is about as painless as it could possibly be. Now, that said, this comes with Windows 11 Home, I believe, from Beelink. Please don't use Windows on this. This is an N95 processor with 12 gigs of RAM. The RAM is probably fine, but please don't use Windows on an N95 processor. It's just not a great experience. It would maybe be fine for sending emails, but video stuff, I wouldn't want to use Windows on this device. But I don't think that's the target market for this. They just needed a standard operating system to send with the device, and I think they just went with whatever was available, and that's how we ended up with Windows 11 Home on here. I have installed, like I said, MOS in a live stream. We also did HomeDoc OS in a live stream, and both of those went really, really well. I can say that it's been idling back here, doing its thing kind of literally in the background of my last few videos. It's never made a sound other than like the startup and shutdown beeps that it makes periodically, but the fans run silent, the device runs cool. I will say that while it's been idling for the last week or so with MOS on it, no, I lied, HomeDoc on it, it's been idling at about 20 watts, and I mostly attribute that to the operating system that is installed on the device. It's going to have, its own processes and things like that running in the background that are all going to draw power. So I don't want to give an exact number as far as idle power is concerned, because each operating system is going to be a little bit different in the way it idles. So overall, I'm really, really happy with the Beelink ME Pro. Again, I love the aesthetic of kind of the little guitar mini amp thing that they've done with it. It's one of those things that you could set on a shelf in your living room and no one would even think that, oh, that's a computer. It's very sleek. It's very stylish, in my opinion. And again, that kind of non-standard Beelink scripted label on the front looks really, really good, in my opinion. So there you go. There is the Beelink ME Pro, and I would love to know your thoughts on it in the comment section down below. As per usual, you will find links to everything in the video description if you want to pick one of these up for yourself. Again, definitely let me know what you would use something like this for. If you like the new aesthetic they've gone with on this, I would really love to know that as well. I think it's great. It's one of those things, put it on a shelf. Nobody's ever going to think it looks out of place. So again, I would love to know your thoughts on that as well. But I think with that said, I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank you guys for spending a few minutes of your day with me here today, and I'll talk to you in the next video.